So this is a good question. And it basically is, if you have so many crystals with so many different healing effects, do they cancel each other out? Do they work together? Do they fight against each other? I think the first thing to remember is the human energy field and the soul and the dimension of the self is super complex. So there are lots of different crystals with lots of different properties, and they can fit in a lot of different places. So you can have something that's energizing, and you can also have something that is soothing, and they can work really well together. Or you can have two crystals and they can be fighting each other. I think it's a lot like cooking. If you get really into cooking, you'll have a giant spice cabinet. You'll have tons of ingredients. You will constantly love to try new things. You're constantly wanting to expand your knowledge. And it's just kind of like any other hobby or pursuit. How far down the rabbit hole do you want to go? You might prefer to have something a little bit more simple. You might prefer to use one crystal at a time, to really work with it over a long period of time, to really understand how its energy is working in your life. And then you get done with it and you put it aside and you work with something else. And if you do have a bunch of crystals in a small location and you're feeling overwhelmed from them, like if they're all sitting on the shelf, my recommendation is to store them in boxes. I store mine in mineral flats. Like, I don't keep all the crystals sitting out in my space all the time. I'll take a few out and work with them and then put them back. And it just depends on the circumstance in which you need to work with them.